Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
First of all, I'm very sorry to tell you that the inconvenience caused here. Some of the technical errors are happening here. Let's start with our topic and before
We can
that,
start with the B part.
Yes, before that, we need to wait some time until the viewers are reaching to our platform. Okay, ma'am, shall we continue?
Yes, of course.
So we discussed regarding the B part. So we have the 6 questions in the B part and we have 3 options in each questions. So shall we continue?
Yes.
Yeah, so we will take one questions like we can
read the first question.
Yeah.
Okay, I will read the question.
Yes, ma'am.
The notice is giving information about. So we need to find out what the information is given from the notice. Okay, so we do have 2 methods for part B. And the first one is you can read the question, passage, then answer. Otherwise, you can go for the question, answer and passage. So these are the 2 methods you can follow.
In the B part.
Yes, and we would like to tell you that you need to find out which is more appropriate for you, because everyone have different capabilities. So we need to find out the answers according to your wish.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but we need to do both methods, and you need to find out which is your best method for you people.
Yeah, more appropriate.
So, shall we read that?
Yes, of course. Okay. So the passage is NG feeding tubes. Displacement of nasogastric feeding tubes can have serious implications if undetected.
Yeah.
Incorrectly positioned tubes leave patients vulnerable to the risk of regulations and respiratory aspiration. It is crucial to differentiate between gastric and respiratory placement on initial insertion to prevent potentially fatal pulmonary complications. Insertion and care of an NG tube should therefore only be carried out by a registered doctor or nurse who has undergone theoretical and practical training and is deemed competent or is supervised by someone competent. Assistant practitioners and other unregistered staff must never insert NG tubes or be involved in the initial confirmation of safe NG tube position.
Okay, so we already read the paragraph and now we get some of the idea regarding the B
yes,
part.
In the B part.
So I hope you also may get some of the idea regarding the B part. So we are giving you 2 minutes. You need to read the extract and you need to find out the answer and you need to comment it.
Okay, in the comment box, they are most of them are telling the answer is a C.
Yeah.
So let's
C.
discuss. We can use elimination method to find out the answer.
Yeah. So shall we continue?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So first option, way of checking that an NG tube has been placed correctly. So if anywhere they are mentioning regarding the NG tube placements or any correctly or anything, ma'am?
Well, actually, in the question itself, they are telling that ways of checking that an NG tube, but they are not telling regarding that.
And that and all. And we can directly eliminate the A option and moving to the second option, how the use of NG feeding tube is authorized.
Yes.
So I think that and also is not at all mentioned in our paragraph. So we can directly eliminate the B also.
Yes.
So our answer is C. So which staff should perform the NG tube placement? So they are clearly mentioned in the fourth line. Insertion and care of an NG tube should therefore only be carried out by a registered doctor or nurse. So in the sense, only NG tube should be inserted in nurse or a registered
By a
doctor.
nurse, yes.
So, and moreover, they are mentioning like assistant practitioner and other unregistered staff must never insert the NG tube. So, in the sense, we only inserted the NG tube, only the nurse or doctor are registered.
Yes.
So, we can't able to insert the
NG
tube unregistered staff or assistant practitioners.
Yes. So
our
here
answer
is C.
So,
And you are doing the very well and absolutely right.
yes.
Okay.
So I hope you get the answer is C.
Yes.
So moving to the next question.
Okay, the next question is, what must all staff involved in the transfusion process do? So could you please read the passage,
Yes,
sir?
definitely, nurse. Like the administration of blood can have a significant morbidity and mortality. Following the introduction of the right patient, right blood and safety policy, all staff involved in the transfusion process must be competency assessed.
Yes.
They ensure the safe administration of blood components to the intended patient. All staff must be aware of their responsibility in line with the professional standards.
Yes.
Staff must ensure that if they take any part in the transfusion process, their competency assessment is updated every 3 years. All staffs are responsible for ensuring that they attend a mandatory training identified for their roles. So, relevant training courses are clearly identified in Appendix 1 of the mandatory training matrix. So, while we can read the paragraph, I think we already got enough idea.
Yes.
So this is a
It's your time to find out the
answer, and you need to convert in your own mother tongue.
Okay. While we are reading a question, we need to try to convert the meaning into your own mother tongue, so it will be more helpful for us to find out the answer.
Yes.
And please try to read the question and try to answer your answers in the comment box.
Definitely. So we are waiting for your comments.
Okay, Mohanapriya, Amlin, Ashimaya, Jobin, everyone are telling that the answer is A. And what about you?
Yeah, the answer is of course A.
Yes.
So what we are going to do means we are going to eliminate the B and C.
Yes.
So start with the B. Attend a course to learn about new procedure. I think they are not mentioning anything regarding the new procedures.
Yes, the option B is not mentioned in this passage. So we can eliminate option B at first.
Yeah, so directly we can see also read a document that explains changes in the policy. So that also is not at all mentioned.
Okay, and our question is, what must all staff involved in the transfusion process do?
So our keyword is must. Must. The
and
staff,
all staff.
All staff.
Okay.
So in the second paragraph, starting itself, they are mentioning staff must ensure that if they take any part in the transfusion process, their competency assessment is updated every 3 years.
And the question is, what must all staff involved in the transfusion process do? And option A says that check that their existing training is still valid, which means they are using paraphrasing throughout the passage, so we need to be more vigilant. And for still valid, they are using that updated. Okay.
We need to update our assessment every 3 years.
Yes.
So that's the reason the answer will be A. So we hope that the B part also clear.
Okay.
So this kind of way you need to do in all B parts. So B part is very easy than the C.
Yes, so we need to find out the answers, and just try to remember that we only have a limited time to find out the answers, so we need to practice in a regular manner, so it will be definitely help you to improve your skills.
Yes,
and while practicing, it will be helpful for us to understand the questions, the way of questions they are asking. Okay.
So one more thing, if you are practicing the B part, you need to set time 10 or 12 minutes. That's enough in the B part. No need to take more than 10 or 12 minutes. Like if you are taking the more time, we will not get enough time to complete the C part. So do practice and to set the time 12 minutes or 10 minutes, and you need to complete each questions in the B part. So I hope that we cleared the B part. So if you're having any concerns and inquiries or anything, please comment it below in the B part. Okay, we hope that there's no
Questions or any other doubts regarding part C.
So I think, part B. So we can continue with the part C. So I know that most of the candidates are facing the big problems in the part C.
Yes.
So I think Agnes ma'am will be explaining regarding the part C.
Yes, of course. Actually, we have some type of questions in part C. So
Yes.
if you are available if you are knowing regarding this questions or the type of questions in part C, it will be more helpful for us to find out the answer.
Yes.
Okay, and before moving to that, there are some type of questions like lexical type questions
and opinion type questions.
Yes, opinion type questions and referential type question,
Yeah.
and complex type questions.
Yes.
So these are the common question or the type of questions which we are dealing in part C. And before that, we have 2 extract in our part C. We have total of 16 questions in part C.
Each questions, like each extract we have the
contain
8 questions. Maybe one will be any of disease condition or anything related to our medical condition.
Yes.
So and one will be any research or any related to that kind of things.
So we need to understand the task and we need to find out which is more appropriate for us and we can go for that. Okay.
Yes, definitely. So I think this is a time to read our. This is time to
read the first question.
So before that, this is the question we are going to telling that the example of
lexical type question.
Yeah, it's one of the lexical type questions, the example. So is the what do you mean by lexical type questions?
Well, actually the word lexical type question is meant by, okay, I will tell you with an example. Okay, the question is what does the word it refers to, or what does the word they refers to. So these type of questions are known as lexical type questions. So if we know how to answer the questions in a proper manner, it will be very helpful for us, because in the C part we have 2 extract, and from the 2 extract we do have 4 questions from lexical type questions.
Sure. So one more thing, the lexical question is very simple than other questions.
Yes,
right?
Yes, of course.
And shall we read the examples of lexical questions? Yeah.
Okay. So the first question, okay. In the 4th paragraph, what does the word it refers to? So we need to find out what does the word it refers to in the 5th paragraph. Okay.
Yeah. So shall we move to the paragraph?
Yes, of course. Okay, so here is the paragraph and we need to find out, here is the word it. Okay, and before reading the question or before reading to the passage.
Yeah, I have one doubt. Can I?
Yes, of course.
Ma'am, we need to read the entire paragraph?
No, it's not necessary to read the entire passage because it will definitely waste our time. Firstly, we do have a limited time. So if we read the entire passage, it will definitely waste our time and we don't have enough time to find out the exact answer. Okay. So if in this type of questions, like lexical type questions, we can just read the sentence before the word. It's very appropriate for everyone to find out the answer
in the lexical questions.
Yes, by doing this we can eliminate the other options as well as we can eliminate a lot of confusions regarding the options.
So shall we continue?
Yes, of course.
So, and could you please read that?
Yes, okay. So we can just go to the sentence which is given before the word. Okay. Echoing one tutor's research, Bashir has found evidence that enforced lack of sleep sends the brain into a catabolic or energy consuming state. This is because it degrades the energy molecule adenosine. Okay, so I think it's enough to find out the answer, because the word it or we need to find out what does the word it refers to. So it is absolutely before the word.
Yeah, the most or 90% the answer will be telling before the words. So shall we move to the option?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, here the first option is an enzyme. Abhijit sir, did you see anything regarding that?
No, I'm not at all seeing anything regarding the enzyme in our paragraph.
Okay, so we can eliminate option A and we do have another 3 options. So it's your time to find out the answer. So please try to find out which is the exact answer.
Yeah, so then you need to comment it and
in the
take it out.
box. The question is, in the 5th paragraph, what does the word it refers to? and here are a lot of answers. And first of all, we are thanking for your cooperation.
Definitely, you
are interested to find out the answers, and it's a very important thing that we do have interest to find out the answers.
So and most of them are saying the answer is
B, D, C. And most of them are telling the answer is as D. Okay.
So we can find out how we can eliminate the answers.
Okay.
So in our next new evidence.
Yes,
so,
option B.
Option B. So let's move our paragraph. Sorry. Okay. So I think it are not at all mentioning any of the new
evidence or anything related to new evidence. They are not telling anything related to a new thing. Okay, so I think we can eliminate option B
also.
Okay,
so moving to the next,
we can just eliminate option A and B at first. So the second or the third option is a catabolic state, which is given in the passage. So there will be a confusion regarding the answers.
Most of them are maybe around the C, because they are mentioning the catabolic or energy consuming state.
We need to look at the or. Okay, and the question is, what does the word it refers to? Okay, so here I will just read the sentence again. Echoing Van Cotter's result, Bashir has found evidence that enforced lack of sleep sends the brain into a catabolic or energy consuming, which means
the enforcement lack sends the brain into a catabolic
or energy consuming. Okay, so something is sending the brain into catabolic or energy consuming state. Okay, so that something is the exact answer, which is enforced lack of sleep. Okay, we hope you do understand what we are telling regarding.
So definitely we can eliminate the next option also.
Okay, so which is the exact answer? The exact answer is option D.
So
enforced lack of sleep.
We can check it out. The answer will be there in the
in the sentence before the word. Echoing Van Cotter's result, Bashir has found evidence. Okay, he found some evidence that enforced lack of sleep sends the brain into a catabolic or energy consuming state.
So the answer will be that the enforced lack.
Yes, and this is because it degrades the energy. So it must be some kind of word, and we can find out the answer from the sentence. The answer is enforced lack of sleep.
So we hope that you got some of the idea regarding the lexical questions. So and you can do it like this way in the lexical questions. Moreover, I would like to tell you that the lexical questions most common will be there, answer will be there before the answer. But I'm not at all sure. Most common.
75% of the lexical type questions will be given, and we can find out the answer before the word. Okay, and we would like to prefer something that if you are interested to do the lexical type questions at first, it will be more helpful, because we need to find out the answers and we need to correct the answers. Okay, we only have a limited time that we are telling again and again. So if you are okay and if you are able to find out all the answers for lexical type questions, you have 4 marks. Okay,
so one more thing that is very easy, we don't want to take that long time or too much time for the lexical type questions. We need to take only 2 minutes in the lexical questions.
And apart from that, the most important thing is it's not necessary to read the entire passage. Okay, just read the sentence before the word.
Okay, so now we are going to discuss the opinion type questions. Ma'am, what do you mean by opinion type questions?
Okay, here also I will provide an example. Actually, opinion type question. Okay, the example is, what does the writer's opinion regarding the study, or what does the writer's suggestion, or what does Mr. John's opinion regarding the study? So these kind of questions are known as opinion or suggestion types questions. Okay, so these are very common questions in our part C, because most of the questions are like opinion and suggestion types.
One more thing I would like to tell you that we have research type questions. The research type question, most of them asking the opinion type questions. So shall we continue?
Yes, of course.
Okay, in the first question, in the first paragraph, the writer questions whether. So
okay, in the first paragraph, the writer questions whether.
So not for us, the writer.
Okay.
So shall we read the
passage? Yes, of course. Okay, here the passage is given. The American Psychiatric Association recognized attention deficit hyperactivity disorder as a childhood disorder in 1960s. But it was not until 1980 that the condition was formally recognized as affecting adults.
Okay. In recent years, the USA has seen a 14% rise in diagnosis of ADHD in children.
Yes.
It could be that the disorder is becoming more prevalent or seems more perceived because doctors are making the diagnosis more frequently. The issue is complicated by the lack of any recognized neurological markers for ADHD. The APA relies instead on a set of behavioral patterns for a diagnosis. It specifies that the patterns under 17 must display at least 6 symptoms of inattention and hyperactivity. Adults need only displays 5. So while we are reading the passage, I think you may also get a clear picture. We already got the enough picture. Am I right,
yes,
ma'am? So,
so we can provide some time to the
yes,
students.
Definitely.
Okay, so please try to find out the answers. Okay, so the question is in the first paragraph, the writer questioned whether.
Yes.
Okay, and we do have 4 options. We can just read.
Yeah.
Adult ADHD should have been recognized as a disorder at an earlier date.
Okay, ADHD should be diagnosed in the same way for children and adults.
Yes, option C is that ADHD can actually be indicated by neurological markers.
Okay, option B, causes of ADHD have genuinely increased in the USA. So you need to read the extract and you need to
find out the answers.
answer.
Okay, so kindly mention your answers in the keyboard in the box.
Okay, and most of them are telling the answer is D. So we hope that the answer is fine.
Yes,
but before that we need to eliminate the each questions.
Yes.
So shall we?
Yes.
Yeah. So the first option, adult ADHD should have been recognized as a disorder at an earlier stage.
Yes.
They are not mentioned like adult ADHD
should have been recognized
in the earlier stage. They are mentioned. They need to recognize a disorder in earlier stage, but they are not at all mentioning the adult ADHD.
Yes.
So definitely we can eliminate the
option A.
So moving to the next option, ADHD should be diagnosed in the same way for children and adults. So we will read the portion. Like in the second last line, if it specifies that patients under 70 must display at least 6 symptoms, or like an adult only displays 5 symptoms, there are, that means in children there are 5 and adult in
patients under 70 must display at least 6
symptoms, and the adult only displays all 5. So those are some of the differences will be
yes, in the passage and the options.
There are some of the differences. Now our question will be that what should be diagnosed in the same way for children and adults. So definitely they are telling now paragraphs are not same way they are
it's just opposite to the
so
question.
Definitely we can eliminate the B also. Ma'am, could you please eliminate another option?
Yes, of course. Option C says that ADHD can actually be indicated by neurological markers.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can just go to the slide.
Yes.
Okay, I will read the slide. Here they are telling that the issue is complicated by the lack of any recognized neurological markers for ADHD. So what do you understand from this?
So it's the opposite.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes, of course. And here is that the issue is complicated by the lack of any recognized neurological markers of ADHD.
Yes.
Okay, and just if we are moving to the options, we can just read the option. Option says that ADHD can actually be indicated by neurological markers. Okay, so we can eliminate option C. Okay, just look at the passage here. They tells that the issue is complicated by the lack of any. Here they are telling that any recognized neurological markers, but in the option they are telling that can actually be indicated by the neurological markers. So there is a large difference between any and actually.
So
Okay.
the answer will be C, and we will tell you how we can get the answer.
Okay.
So, and causes of ADHD are genuinely increasing in the USA. Okay, they are mentioning, they are like, it could be,
Yes, just look at the third sentence,
Yes.
which is given, the second sentence. It could be that the
disorder
disorder is becoming more prevalent.
prevalent in the sense, frequent.
Yes,
Ah.
and become more prevalent, or as seems more plausible.
So
Doctors,
plausible in the sense, reasonable.
yes, doctors are making the diagnosis more frequently,
Or that the same meaning is
which is given in the option D.
also. And it's
Okay.
genuinely increasing in the US. That's the reasons.
Yes.
And they are diagnosing more frequently.
Yes,
Okay,
so
so the
all
answer
of
will be
D.
D. So we hope that they all get the answers.
Yes.
And to having any concerns, please comment it below. Okay, we hope that nobody's having the doubts in the B and C, and I think this is the time to wind up.
Okay, so before that, we can tell you something that please try to find out the answers. And okay, the most important thing is that we need to read the question thoroughly and try to convert the meaning into your own mother tongue, so it will be more helpful. Okay.
And one more thing, definitely I would like to tell you that we have 1 hour in our reading part, and you need to do a part within 30 minutes. If you are practicing within 30 minutes, definitely you can score the
a good score.
Good scores in the
we do
parts.
have extra 2 minutes to find out and to check the answers.
Okay. And the B part and C part, we have the 45 minutes. You need to do in 35 minutes.
Okay.
Definitely you will get a good mark in the B and C in the reading. So if I know it's some of the issues or some of the mistakes that you are making here, but don't worry. If you are doing the continuous practice, definitely you will get a good score in the reading.
Okay, and apart from that, we need to read the skill, or we need to improve the skill in our reading section, because it's very important to improve the skill. For that, we can read something in a regular manner, and we need to do practice in a regular manner.
Yes.
So it will be very helpful. And don't worry, be confident. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the most important
Okay.
thing. We need to be confident enough, so you can definitely find out the answers and try to find out new materials, so it will be more helpful for you. And please try to do and please try to find out the answers.
Okay, I think this live section is very wonderful, and
we are thanking
we are going to thanking you
all for your
supports and your interactions, and everything is fine. And moreover, we need to thank for this team, and they are supporting us. So, and we will meet you some of another live section. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ủa, anh cái xong rồi phải không?